What men think when women say, I've never had a boyfriend.
Something wrong with you?
Like, why? Is something wrong with you? Are you the red flag?
I don't need a man.
What am I supposed to say when people ask, like, do you have a boyfriend? And I say no, and they go, why not? I don't know. Like, what do you mean, why not? What am I supposed to say to that? What do you want me to say? Why not? I don't know, because I'm crazy. Like, what are you expecting? Okay.
Interesting, admitting she might be a bit crazy. She could be joking, but who knows?
She's crazy.
But when some men come across a woman who they think, I don't see anything visibly wrong with her that would make her undateable, so it must be mental. Yeah, it has to be mental. That's it. Physically, she's intact, but up here, nah, there's some screws loose.
I'm not crazy.
Probably.
You think I went around the world and told every guy, hey, listen, I don't want a boyfriend right now, so don't even ask. I know you were gonna.
Well, a lot of women do, so I mean, you can understand why some of them are single, but okay.
Don't ask, though. No. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Why I don't have a boyfriend? I don't know.
I don't know.
Next thing you know, I'm getting it from my 8-year-old cousin today. She's asking me, I don't even think you like boys.
Damn.
I said, what are you talking about? What do you know?
Damn, your little cousin sees something. Your little cousin, yeah, she probably notices something. You probably do hate men.
Men use.
Deep down, you hate us all as men. We're vile, disgusting creatures. Blah. Men.
Disgusting.
So she can probably see that you probably don't like men. That's probably why you don't have one, or they don't approach you. I'm just guessing as a man.
What do you know about boys? You know? And she was like, have you ever even been on a date? And I was like, yes, actually. Thank you for asking. Really? Yes. Bro, now I'm explaining myself. I'm defending myself to an 8-year-old.
She's probably never seen you with a man, so she probably thinks that you probably don't like men, or they don't like you, or you're evil, or you're crazy. But she sees something in you that's probably like, what's going on there?
Side eye.
About why I don't have a boyfriend. And she was like, my babysitter, who's 19, has a boyfriend.
Damn.
Good for her. Good for her. I'm glad she does. And he has a mustache and brown hair, and he's good looking. Good for her. That sounds great.
Don't hate. Come on, don't hate. How come she's got a man and you don't? This is not a woman. She's not saying in this video, I don't want a man. I hate men. She's not saying any of that nonsense. She's saying that she's willing to have a man, but she just doesn't have one. So she's a willing woman, but there aren't anyone taking her up on her offer. Or she's too picky, or she's waiting for her Neo, the one.
That is bullshit.
To come and save her. Who knows?
That sounds good. I'm glad. Why are you so torn up that I don't have a boyfriend? What do you want from me?
Why are you torn up?
What do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do. It doesn't help that literally every person in my family has a boyfriend or girlfriend. Like, that doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't help to be the only single person roaming the family gatherings, you know?
Okay. You're the single family member. Everyone's got someone except for you. Yeah, to a degree, everyone's got someone except for you. Interesting. If that bothers you, it does bother you. Some people just don't care. Like, most of my family are with crap people anyway, so like, who cares?
No one cares.
Like, looking around and everyone else is 2 by 2, 2 by 2. Then there's just me. Where should we see Francesca? Sit her on the end. That's me. Okay? I'm taking that end seat because I have no one. I don't have a +1, okay? I'm just saying, like, when's it my turn? You know? And I'll reflect. I'll be like, is there something genuinely wrong with me?
Is there?
Where people are like, don't date that girl. Don't date. No, not her. Skip over that one.
What did you do? Did you do something? Do you have a history? Is your past somewhat sordid?
So good.
Mucky. Therefore, you've probably turned off a huge amount of men.
She belongs to the streets.
What happened? If anything happened, she's probably just single. She's probably just normal single woman.
No, there's nothing, okay? Because I sing in the shower and I jaywalk. Is that a problem?
A horrible woman, she jaywalks. She sings in the shower. I'm joking.
No, there's nothing, okay? Because I sing in the shower and I jaywalk. Is that a problem? You're telling me that's why I'm single? No. You tell me why I'm single. Why are you asking me? Oh, you don't have a boyfriend? Why not? What?
Why?
If he literally came up to me and said, bark, I'll get on my knees and fucking bark like a dog.
I don't want to be dating. I don't want to be in the dating world. I just want to go on one date and I want him to be like, this is it. This is all I've been looking for. And then he takes me home, he picks me up, and he carries me the whole way there. It's 4 miles uphill. And then we enjoy a nice bowl of soup. And we live happily ever after.
This is drugs.
People tend to look at people who have never been in a relationship and think, oh, that's a red flag or what's wrong with them. Literally yesterday, I was watching a live on TikTok and someone asked the question and they're like, if you're 30 or 31 and you haven't been in a relationship, like, what do you think about that? And
it's an interesting question because a lot of people by 30, a lot of people, not everybody, they would have had some interactions, relationship type
Bullshit.
or situationship, hookup sort of thing by 30, a large number of people. That's why a lot of people in their 30s and 40s have baggage from other people.
Bruh.
Now, some men mature later, so it's different for some men. But for a lot of women, you'd wonder, how have you been single for so long? Has no man ever shot their shot? That's impossible to a degree.
And the guy on there said something along the lines of, oh, if you're like not being approached, like, you know, what is the issue? I think some people's instant perception is like, oh, they've never had a boyfriend, like no one likes them. Or like that person has some crazy red flags. I promise you,
I don't do that nonsense to think because someone's single, that means nobody likes them. That's actually stupid. Situations and locations can play a part into it, but I don't think because someone's not had a relationship that there's something wrong with them.
Nope.
Unless there is. Yeah, unless there is.
are people who are in relationships and who have been in relationships who have plenty of red flags themselves. We're all different. We all have different forms of trauma. Let's be for real. Some people are in relationships and have been in a lot of relationships because they don't like to be alone.
Exactly.
It's just weird to me because just because you've been in a relationship or have been in multiple relationships doesn't mean you're going to be like a better partner than someone who hasn't been.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Because a lot of people, their fear of being alone would mean they would tolerate anything from anyone just so they have someone.
That is so lame.
That's disgusting. That makes me feel physically sick. To lower yourself just to have someone. Ah, fuck that. I'd rather be single and content. So from that perspective, I get her point. There are a lot of people who are just together for the sake of being together.
Just because someone hasn't been in a relationship doesn't mean that like no one wants to date them. I myself, I haven't really been putting myself out there the last couple of years. And like I've talked about before, a lot of it has to do with how I feel about myself and my weight. I honestly think for me, never having had a boyfriend.
At least she's being honest. She doesn't feel confident in herself to put herself out there more. That's a good answer. She's not blaming men. She's not putting it on men. Oh, these horrible men. No, she's making the point she hasn't put herself out there enough. And she doesn't feel secure in herself enough to get what she wants. Because truly, it doesn't matter what a man may think about a woman. If she feels insecure about herself, it's like, yeah, that's a battle that she has to face herself.
And has been really good for me. Growing up, I was very shy, timid, introverted, very much a pushover. Still can be like a little bit of a pushover. But because I've been so independent and I've like grown on my own and I've moved to different cities by myself, I feel like I've really learned like who I am, what I want, what I'm looking for. And because I enjoy my alone time so much, I know I'm not going to settle for someone that I just like don't really like.
I'll give her that point as well. As a single man, even though I've been in relationships, I'm at such a content place in my life now where a woman couldn't come along and think I'm going to come off my square for her. It's like, no, woman, my life is too good. You'd have to be able to make my life better to move me off my square. And that's, please, that's asking too much.
I just like don't really like. So yeah, I can see why people who haven't been through this and who have had past relationships might think it is a red flag for someone to have never been in a relationship, because society has taught us that if you are in a relationship, you are like worthy.
But to a degree, for some men, it is a red flag because it's like there's no evidence of what you're like in a relationship. If you've never been intimate with a man before, then that man may have to teach you a certain amount of things. So for some men, it's going to be more work for them to get with a woman who's never had a boyfriend before or any interactions with men. So for some men, that is a red flag, because it's like, a woman, I don't want to have to be the first man for all these experiences with you. That's a lot of pressure. If a lot of men were honest, it's a lot of pressure to be the first big, important, emotional feeling coming from a man for a woman. That's a lot.
Just need to be not so quick to judge. Like I said, we all have our traumas. That's my rant for the day. Love you guys. Bye.
And then she tried to do it again, and I was like, are you dumb? Because that just doesn't make sense. Like, it just wasn't getting through to her that everything that was going down for a reason. She wasn't trying.
That's what I don't get when men are like, what makes you think you deserve that? And blah, blah, blah. You know how men are sometimes. I feel like even people have gotten stingy with dates where they're like, why would I treat her to dinner? I don't even like her yet.
But that's a good point. And the reason is a lot of men have been used for dates, used for dinner dates, and then the woman's flaked out.
Proper garden tool.
But yes, a lot of men do understand if she's worth it, if this is wifey, your woman, you are together, then yeah, of course, woman, you deserve dinner. That's not a problem. Not here nor there. That's normal. For a chick you're talking to. Please.
Just take her to a drink. And it's like, no. Well, I deserve a full 5-course meal.
And we're just talking? You're just talking. You've just met someone and you're just talking and you expect a 5-course meal now, woman. Stay single.
I took myself on a trip to Italy by
cute.
myself.
It's
You
cute.
wonder why the bar is high? Because I set it for myself. I have a high
cute.
bar for myself and my standard of living and how I want to live my life.
So a man delivers you a 5-course meal while you're on holiday. So a man delivers you a 5-course meal. What are you bringing?
I am the table.
Nothing.
He's bringing a 5-course meal and himself. What are you bringing? Just you? Just you? Really?
If you can't compete with the stuff that I can give me, then you have no business being in my life or a part of it.
That's
Because
a
I'm
good
not
point.
settling for anything less than something that I would give myself.
And if a man can find a decent woman with a better attitude who understands to earn the rewards she would get, yeah, that man would pick her over you any day. Like, you're a red flag. Like, yeah, this is too much work. You know what? 5-course meal. I've just met you. You crazy.
That's some real self-love shit. I think the point is that you can't expect somebody to give you the world if you're not giving it to yourself. You can't require someone do this, this, and this, and everything for you if you haven't done it for yourself or wouldn't do it for yourself.
And you should not expect the world if you're not a worldly person or whatever.
To just attract somebody who is up to your standard, up to your par, you need to be the person that you want to date. You need to be the partner that you want your partner to be. Anything below that is going to be unattractive to you. And this isn't breaking news. If you want a quality person, you have to be a quality person. If you want a cultured person, you have to be a cultured person. If you want someone who explores, if you want someone who's adventurous, you have to be exploratory and adventurous.
A lot of women are single because they do have high demands. However, there's nothing wrong if a man thinks twice about dating you if you've never had a boyfriend as a woman.
I'm just saying, like, when's it my turn? You know?
Have a nice day.
I'm not crazy.